Hey guys, what is up? Bob and Sev here from Happyfish, and today we're going to be talking about the new Banlist. It just came out, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, interesting is one word to describe it.
Okay, so the baby E dragons, they had to go.
I think we all knew they were going to go,
Um,
or at least they were going to be hit some way.
yeah, like they they're what makes the deck go, and with them gone, it's just not even a deck anymore. I mean, I saw one dude trying to use them. I crushed him yesterday. I think I was using like Crystal Beasts or something. So I mean, like it's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean you could still semi splash like Blaster and Fire Fist or
yeah,
Dragon Red Ox and
but that's how they
some
were
like
supposed to be used. Like it's not like they weren't really supposed to be their own deck, and
yeah, that's true.
that's pretty good. Okay, Shockmaster. What the heck? My goodness. He was what stopped spellbooks from like wrecking a lot of different decks. And I'm not even complaining because I use spellbooks, but Shockmaster was just that splashable thing that's like he was the premier rank for three material Xyz monster.
Yeah,
And with him gone, that's just wacky.
I'm surprised they just outright banned him.
Yeah.
Also,
That's
also I'm surprised they banned Stratos because I mean it's not like E
Stratos.
heroes are like super meta.
There he is, Stratos. What? My goodness. Okay, so my friend Logan loves using e-heroes. He's used e-heroes since they came out. He's gonna be so mad. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna give him all sorts of grief about it. Um, and then down here we've got Spellbook of Judgment and Super Rejuve. Spellbook of Judgment, duh, it had to go. I use spellbooks, and even I know that.
I mean, that was just a. I know Age and I says this a lot, but I mean, I agree with him. This is just a poorly designed car.
It really was.
I mean, I
And
don't know what that was going through their brain
well,
when they
and
designed
the
that.
sad thing is, before it came out, spellbooks were like a really balanced deck. And then it came out, and they're just like, nope, you're gonna just be like OP as heck, and everybody's gonna hate you. And it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
well, they weren't like balanced in terms of like the build, but they were balanced in terms of like they weren't OP. They were pretty good. They had a good boss that like it had its flaws like anything else. It wasn't like a judgment. I mean, they've got a judgment dragon now, which I'm psyched about, but um, you know, and then super rejuve. Um, Even though the baby e dragons are gone, I still think that this should be. I was thinking limited. I wasn't. I didn't think they'd ban it.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't think,
Yeah.
but
But I guess they
because
just like. I guess they just realized that this was like an unlimited draw card, and it wasn't even checked at all. And
well, if you think about it, it's like I mean, if it's limited and you like don't draw it from the beginning, it's pretty useless.
yeah. But
Because I mean,
I
when
guess
you
they
draw
just
it, you
wanted to
have
hit
like
it like just like okay, no unlimited draw cards are gone. Because I know didn't they hit Pot of Avarice as well?
yeah, Pot of Avarice is gone now. It's pretty.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, I think they just want to like get rid of draw cards, like any pluses. Um,
And then they banned Monster Reborn and Heavy Storm, which is kind of silly.
yeah, let's see, heavy, reborn, and then card destruction. Now, see, here's the thing for me. Like, I get the Dark Worlds were OP as heck with card destruction, but like, it kind of stinks because I loved splashing card destruction in a bunch of different decks, like anything like E heroes or whatever, because you could just go, okay, we're just gonna dump a bunch of E heroes, maybe draw into like a what you call it, miracle fusion, and like right there you've got resources in the hand, possibly on the field if you drew in a Stratos, and then in the graveyard, and it was like one of those setup things, and it was really handy for a lot of different decks. And like that, goes for like Crystal Beasts as well, and like really anything. It was a very handy card, but Dark Worlds had to ruin that for everybody.
And they also banned Gateway of the Six for Six Samurais.
Where was that? Oh wait, these are yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. I'm glad to see that go. But Reborn, okay, I like Reborn. It's good, but it's not like I think that it should have been at one. Like I just
I mean, I don't see why you ban it. It's not like
it's like it's
super
one of those cards. It's like I
OP.
get everybody's going to use it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a resource that every deck can take advantage of. I
It's like you got Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. It's just like those are three cards that fit in every deck.
Yeah, and well now there's one card that fits in every deck,
Yeah, now it's just Dark Hole.
which kind of stinks honestly. But okay, traps. Solemn.
Solemn Judgment.
What the heck? What the
I mean,
heck?
if you're gonna hit Solemn, why not hit Solemn Warning? Because Solemn Judgment is like
Solemn
people assume
Judgment
that
is like
that
your last defense. It's like that is your hope against like that big OTK. And I get that they're like getting rid of a lot of OTKs, but there's still going to be enough of them that like this is gonna hurt. And then Ultimate Offering,
well, I mean, I think Ultimate Offering's fair,
yeah. Wait, I hate
but
Ultimate
Solemn
Offering.
Judgment just
It
doesn't
needs
make sense.
Ultimate Offering needed to go. I don't like it.
I mean,
uh,
some decks can just open with it and just win.
yeah, and that's
So
like there was really no countermeasure. I mean, like, and I want to say it was Capital G who said it like best. Um, in like there were a lot of like anime situations for this card where it's like you're gonna summon something and then your opponent like trap holes it and then you're like I activate ultimate offering and then I summon the dark magician or something like that and it's like it it's kind of like your last hope. It's like I'm gonna like my opponent's going to like I'm going to stop this man and it's like and then they can't win and it's like ultimate offering save me and that but the problem was that it simply wasn't being used that way. It was being used like okay gadgets and then I'm just going to summon like 20 monsters
right.
and so I mean I get that so I think I'm glad it went and even though it was
Um,
limited it was like it was one of those things. It's like that's your win condition and it's like it's just so difficult to deal with.
right, right. So for speaking of limited, we got. I'm gonna go just and say Dragoons and Deep Sea Diva like in tandem there because they're both
Yeah. Okay.
Mermails.
So I was considering making mermails because I didn't think they'd get hit too hard on the ban list. And it's like I look at this, it's like nope, never mind.
Yeah,
Um
I don't know. I haven't really played Mermails too much or really like played against it that much, but I'm kind of a new Yu-Gi-Oh player anyway, so I mean I don't know a whole lot.
don't say that. You're supposed to act like
Hey,
you're pro.
yeah, but
But yeah, it's like it's a Dragoons is so good in Mermails, and I mean like I guess anything that runs Atlanteans because I know Atlanteans can run it themselves. Nobody does that, but anyway, um, like okay, and then there's what you call it, Brotherhood of the Firefish Spirit. What up with that?
I mean, I don't think it's gonna do a whole lot to like stop the deck. Um,
It's that's
I
a
guess
three
it's
axis
okay.
card, right? Like that's what they use.
Yeah, it's the card that can get a level 3 out of the grave, or like get like a 200 defense out of the grave.
Huh.
So
Okay.
you what they
So it's
do
like
is
an
you summon
instant
spirit.
synchro.
You have like leopard, which can sack itself to get like a tank over, and then you summon spirit, or you sack leopard, get like a tensu, and then you activate tensu, summon spirit, get leopard, then you make horse prince, then you get chicken or whatever, and then you get spirit again, and then you just kind of like
Oh, so
rinse
it's
and
a
repeat.
loopy card.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Well,
mean you could still recycle spirit kind of easily, but I mean it's not gonna stop the deck from being good.
yeah. Well, it's a one. Let's see. And then there's
Birdman.
Gen X Li Birdman. Um, I think there was an
That
FTK
just
with
stopped
that.
that. Yeah, that just stopped the FTK.
I get that. Like it, I
Um,
I know they don't want to like absolutely destroy all of those FTKs because they are like if it's one that takes a little bit of skill to pull off, so they leave it at like one. I know that's what they did with like Inzectors and stuff. So I get that. Okay, Rescue Rabbit. There is a tear in my eye because Rescue Rabbit is amazing. I like Rescue Rabbit.
yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense for it to be limited. But I mean, to be honest, I think they just kept it semi-limited. I don't think it was like it was really broken in any way. Um, I guess Evil Swarms used it a lot, but
But I mean, they can
I
do
mean,
that anyway. Like they can do their thing anyway.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like they could do anything. They have caster or whatever to just summon another guy. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and then Thunder King.
That just makes no sense to me.
That does not
So
make any sense at all. Thunder King, he wasn't hurting anybody. Like leave
I
him
mean,
alone.
no, I mean, it honestly wasn't.
That's
I mean,
like he was a
a lot
complete
of
non-factor, and then it's just like, yeah, we're gonna just drop him to one. It's like
I mean, a lot of decks weren't even maining him. They were putting him in the side.
a lot of decks
Just
weren't even side decking him because he's just like,
right.
especially because like the big ones were like Prophecy or what you call Dragons. None of like neither of them wanted to have him on the field, and it's like if even the anti-meta ones, it's like I get that they kind of killed the meta, like all the card or the cards that like let you super plus, but it's like Thunder King wasn't hurting anybody, and that wasn't his only job. Um, Actually, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about something that didn't get hit, which I was kind of surprised about. Because in the OCG, Wind Up Shark went to 1 and Magician went to 3. Here they didn't do
Yeah,
that.
they didn't do that here.
I'm
I don't
actually
know.
pretty happy about that, not gonna lie. Because Shark is kind of how Wind Ups go off. And Magician
Yeah,
is kind of like just kind of chilling. And it's like if he's on the field, then you're gonna go off like just super off. But it's one of those things where it's like he's still I actually if windups are gonna do anything, they need to have Shark at 3, and I don't think they're really gonna do anything big, but they are one of those decks that can loop and do some fun stuff.
but I mean,
So
there weren't like
again,
broken
they
at
were a
all,
complete
really.
non-factor. So, but yeah, they're whatever. Just kind of interesting that they didn't do that. Um,
Moving next on the list is Gishki
yeah,
Mind August.
Evigishi Mind August. Yeah.
I don't know much about Gishkis,
This
so
guy, I actually do know something about this. This guy was used in what's called the Gishki deck out, which is an FTK that makes the opponent deck out like before they even go. And it
oh
was
wow.
ridiculous. I've seen it in action. It's really cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's cool the first time you see it, and if you're not playing against the person, because it's ridiculous. Um, so
Yeah.
that's what. Uh, I'm actually kind of surprised that it didn't just get straight up banned, like because this was a dirty FTK that took like 10 minutes to get off, and it's like okay, I get it, you're gonna win. Can we just go? And it's like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
Tiger of the Ice Barrier. He wasn't like super good, was he?
no. He was the one that you could discard cards from your hand. He'll gain like 500 attack, I think,
That's not
or
even good.
that, or it was either discard cards from the hand or return cards from the field to your hand. I can't remember which one it is,
Oh, that's I don't even get it. Whatever.
but I think it's probably the second one because that makes that's
Yeah.
a little better. But I don't know. He must have been used somehow. I
Not
guess.
even gonna lie, I haven't seen it. But whatever. Wait, hold up. I think it was in whoever's build of because I know I net decked I think Mermail, and it was in there, and it just like it wasn't working for me. I don't know. Whatever.
I
Anyway,
don't know.
um,
M7.
Constellar Ptolemy M7. That's your guy.
Uh, what?
That's your guy. You run Constellars on the YGO Pro.
Yep. He's like, let's see. I don't usually go into him too much because he's just kind of a guy you just like
He's kind of like the
throw.
Gaia Dragon, right? Where it's like once
Yeah,
your
you can
guys are
throw him
kind
on.
of burned out,
You
you
can
just
throw him
go
on
into.
top of a. You can throw him on top of an XYZ, but you can't use his effect in turn. So
Ah,
like you use it on like a beehive or an omega that like has already like used up all of its
all of its
like materials.
materials. Okay, I get
And
that.
it can return a monster from the graveyard or the field to the hand. I think.
Huh. Okay. That's not
Yeah, but it has. I
awful.
think it has to be. I think it has to be Constellar from the grave. I mean, I know I didn't go into him too much. I mean, Pleiades is the main man,
Oh
so
yeah, definitely. Um, that's kind of interesting that they would hit him without hitting Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger, since they both pretty much have the same use. It,
yeah,
like
um,
that's kind of
yeah,
interesting. I don't know, maybe a little bit of a double standard there, but whatever. Next up, D Fissure, and I guess kind of what's it called? Shoot, what is it? Um, Macrocosmos kind of goes with that as well.
yeah.
Why?
I mean,
Why?
Dark Worlds are kind of happy, I guess,
I
with
don't
that.
like
But
that. Like I don't like just banning those cards. They're not enough of an impact card that just like
I mean, they're not. I mean, they're limited, but like, I mean, I don't know.
yeah, but
Um,
like it's I get that it like shuts down certain decks, but it's like well then build one that doesn't get it's like, that's your problem. It's like just cuz you can adapt to a game mechanic that exists doesn't mean that that card should be banned.
I
So
mean,
I
yeah, it's like
or I mean not banned, but limited. I
you should be able. You just have to just play around it because now it's like,
you
all
should
right, they have Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos. All right,
yeah.
it's just MST them. Boom, you're set now.
Yeah, it's and that's the thing like with a lot of this, and I know we're skipping ahead a little bit, but a lot of the good traps have been hit. There's not really going to be much reason to use back row removal. Like,
I mean, you would. I mean, there's definitely. I don't see a reason to run like three MST now. Maybe like two, but
yeah, and like even though heavy got hit, it's like which is still that's going to have to factor into the decision there. But it's like there's going to be one compulse, one torrent, one bottomless. Like, what are you going to do? Or it's like like what do you like? You don't even need to run like all the heavies and the night beams and stuff because you really don't have to worry about that. And it's like if they hadn't limited those things, it's like okay, maybe even a deck that doesn't like directly benefit from having stuff banished but doesn't really care, they can run that and it's just like it's not going anywhere.
yeah, I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't like it, but whatever.
Moving on to the next. There's another. There's a couple actually more spell cards.
Yeah.
Gold Sark at one. I think
um
that's fair.
it makes sense. You don't really need more than one. Or well, I mean,
You
like
don't need more than one.
it's one of those things. It's like you're gonna search something, and I think that's something that they really wanted to limit in this format was just like searching whatever the heck you want.
Yeah.
And Gold Star, that's exactly what it does. So I get that. Um,
Royal Tribute.
that's
That's the next.
Gravekeepers.
Yeah.
It's basically a reborn. I think, right?
Oh. Oh. There you go.
I think I want to say it's a reborn for Gravekeepers. I'm not 100% sure. Um, and it's like it ignores the effect of Necro Valley, and it's like I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and it's a good card. I remember that. I can definitely see it being limited, and I know it was semi limited. And Gravekeepers have actually proven to be a deck that could make some waves in this format. I know they
Yeah.
were stirring up some trouble in the last one, so I get that. Um, we already covered bottomless, compulse, eradicator. Yes, I am so psyched. Um,
Yeah.
Eradicator destroys my spellbook deck, and I know that there's like, it's spellbooks, who cares? But without judgment, they're semi balanced, or actually, they're pretty well balanced. And having Eradicator that just shuts the entire deck down, and I get I'm like that I made the point against that in the last one, but it's like this is like specifically, hey, spellbooks, we are going to destroy you and nothing but. I get that. Well, I mean, it kind of destroys trap tricks as well, but no, like nobody really uses them seriously.
Yeah.
Though you ran into them. Uh, let's see.
Soul Drain at one.
Soul Drain is the one that prevents cards or like card effects from being used in the hand. So I get that because it's like um, that was one of the things. That was a card that came out that was trying to stop E Dragons from destroying everything. And now that E Dragons have been dead, or like they've pretty much been killed, it doesn't really matter. So I get that that can go to one now, and it's like that way you can still use your what you call them, veilers and stuff.
Yep.
So that's okay. And then yeah, Taranch, shoot, I like Taranch. Okay. Semi limited. There aren't a lot on here, but
Mizuki and Plague Spitter Zombie both are semi-limited now.
yeah, Mizuki is pretty darn good. It's he basically reborns your zombies, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be running two in my zombies. Plague Spreader. I don't really use zombie synchros, but he's good for what he does. I know he's like the only zombie tuner other than that other weird one.
Well, and a lot of synchros require him as like specifically.
Yeah. That's pretty much all zombie synchro does. It's like him or that other guy who counts as him. Um,
Yeah.
and then we've got TG
TG
Striker.
Striker.
Oh my God, Asian Ice is gonna be so happy. Um,
Yeah.
like I know a bunch of guys have been lobbying for him to get like bumped up, and there you go.
I think he should have been banned, to be honest.
I think that card should have never been made.
I think it's just a port or something.
Yep, obviously. I don't even know what it does. Anyway, next up, Tenki. Fire Formation
Tenki
Tenki.
2 makes sense.
Yeah, it's a searcher. I mean, like, it's your whatever. It's your Spellbook of Secrets. Speaking of which, Spellbook of Secrets not on this list. Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you, thank you.
But I think 2 is a good number for Tenki. I don't think he needs to go to 1, but 3 seems a little bit too many.
Yeah, that makes sense. D Prison. I'm not
That's kind
actually.
of an interesting one. I don't think it needed to be hit at all.
Yeah, I know. Again, they're just killing all the good traps, or well, not even killing, but like they're just like they're making them less and less threatening. It's like you look at back row, it's probably going to be a spell card in this format. It's just like I'm pretending this is a trap.
I mean, people are gonna have to be throwing like fiendish chains in now.
They're gonna have to get creative with it, and that's gonna be kind of interesting. Just like seeing what people tend to use. So
Yeah.
that'll be cool. And then unlimited guys, and this is actually like this is one of the things that I really wanted to talk about. Destiny Hero Malicious. Have you know what Malicious is, right? Like you know what he does?
I think I do.
Basically, if he's in the graveyard, you can banish him and special summon another Malicious from your deck. And it's like, okay, do that. Then you can tribute him for whatever and do it again. Like he just comes out of nowhere. And he's dead in your hand, but like with Destiny draw at 3, it's not even an issue. Like Malicious is he's really good.
Right.
Agent of Mystery Earth. That's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Earth is basically your Stratos, sort of.
That's
Um,
good. I mean,
which is kind of ironic because they're unbanning him and banning Stratos. But
yeah. I think Earth could
whatever.
be unbanned.
Yeah, like I mean, agents really need Earth at 3 to do anything, in my opinion. Tsukiyomi. I'm not a big fan of Tsukiyomi. I forget
You
what
know what I
it
mean?
does exactly. I remember not liking it as a card. I don't remember what it does.
I don't like return something that return to hand or
Something like that. Which is
to the
weird
deck.
if that's the case because they banned what you call it, compulse.
Yeah, I don't. It was like
I
I
know it's a
can't
spirit
remember.
monster.
There was something that was similar to it that is better. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
it
there's
gets rid of monsters.
there are better options. Anyway, a hero lives. Kind of interesting. Heroes are kind of dead anyway, so I don't think that's a huge issue.
But I mean, here's the problem. It's like, okay, we're gonna ban Stratos because we're bringing a hero lives and he call it three. But I mean, it doesn't matter if you bring a hero lives and he call it three if Stratos is banned.
Yeah.
So
Um, I mean, like, I can almost see heroes kind of trying to do something because if you've got e-call, then it's like okay, cool. You still got your normal summon. I can get that. I can dig it. Because you're probably going to draw into either e-call or what you call it, Rhoda, like early anyway.
yeah,
But it still kind of stinks that you don't have that monster that's like okay, there you go. But especially because if you special summon Stratos with like any number of different effects, like I remember that one time you ended up using Stratos' effect like 4 times.
yeah, but then that, let's be honest. When does that ever happen?
I don't know, but it's I've used it more than once in a game,
I mean,
and
yeah, maybe more than once, but like,
I like how we're back on Stratos, even though that we're all the way up to Heretic Seal of Convocation.
well, don't forget Black Whirlwind.
I planned on forgetting it. No, I'm kidding. Was
Black
Black
Wings
Whirlwind
making a
due?
comeback.
No clue. I'm not even gonna. I don't know.
Maybe
I know nothing about Black Wings. Like
I
that
don't know.
was
So Black.
I stopped playing for a little while, and Black Wings came and went, and then it was like I came back, and it's like Xyz formats. So I really don't know a lot about a lot of the synchro stuff.
Yeah,
Like any of the heavy synchro decks, I was going for that. But duality, I get that like okay, it's good for like chain burn and stuff. A lot of decks that I use are very offensive and like I want to OTK. So like if like I don't think I'd even use 3 dualities in a deck. Probably
I mean, I
two.
think, but I mean, I honestly think that that's fine. Duality if you
Yeah,
don't get
I
the
don't
deck.
mind them unlimiting it because it's like some decks are going to use it. Mine personally aren't, but if it's there for them, why not? And it's not hurting anything. Like I mean,
Yep.
it's like duality goes off. Okay, they're not going to special summon. You're going to see what they're getting anyway, so it's not even a big deal. And then scapegoat. Okay,
Okay.
scapegoat's kind of big in my opinion. Like
I think it
um,
could be it'd be really annoying.
well, here's the thing. We've still got what's his face plasma around,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you know how good plasma's effect is. It's really good. And scapegoat's like okay, scapegoat plasma, bada bing bada boom. You've got this thing that's just going to be like he's like relinquished plus what you call it plus like a effect valor just for the field. He just like valors the entire opponent or like the opponent's entire field. So
Yep.
that's kind of big. Not gonna lie. Um, and going straight from limited to unlimited. Also, I don't quote me on this, but I think it can fit into what you call it. Um, shoot, what are the Mecha Phantom Beasts? Right, it can fit in that.
Scapegoats.
Yeah, because like they like tokens and stuff. I don't really know.
Yeah, but I think most of them have to be like most of their effects. It specifically has to be Mecha Phantom Beast tokens.
Oh, never mind then. Um, but scapegoat, like I don't think anything that's not specifically going to be abusing the tokens is going to be like using it. So I don't think they're going to be using it as a stall tactic. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, none of the unlimited things I think are a huge deal.
Okay, so looking at this, where's Big Eye?
Good point.
He's
Big
not
Guy
here.
was at one in the OCG.
Yeah,
Um,
he's not here. He's not.
surprised he did not get hit. I mean, you're gonna be on Shockmaster and not Big Eye at all. Like, I mean, I don't. I
Um,
don't really get it.
yeah, I don't get that at all. I know he went down to like $30 from like 100. So if you guys are watching, like, and you picked up a big guy, just like, okay, he's limited, I'm gonna grab one. Congratulations, because he's probably gonna shoot straight back up. Although probably not as high as he was. Also, here's a thing that I was wondering about. Um, One of those mermail guys, I think it was Abyss Lead. He's not on here,
A
and
bit. I think it was Abystius, actually. It was
um,
Abystius and Abysphere were hit in the OCG, and they're not on the list at all.
hold up, Abyss, that's the XCs, right?
Abystius is the one where you only have to discard one.
Okay, yeah, that guy.
He's got a bunch of defense.
Yeah, him. He's not on this list, and like, you know how I said that I wasn't gonna make mermails? I might, because if he's not limited, I just realized that, and like, if he's not hit, then that deck can still do its thing, because he's ridiculous.
I mean, I honestly think Marmails are still viable, specifically because I mean they didn't hit like any of the Mermail cards really, except for Dragoon.
Well, I mean, like, Atlantean Dragoons might as well be a Mermail card. Like, it's because it's a Mermail Atlantean deck. I mean,
Right.
like, and Dragoons is kind of the thing that searches. Like, he's the big one. Um, so like, having him hit, it's definitely it hurts. Diva, I like really. What do you use Diva for other than that turn one? What you call it? What's it? Shoot, what's it called? Cataster. Like, other than that, what do you use that for? So I don't think Diva getting hit is really even going to be a big deal.
I don't either.
Um, so I actually I kind of changed my mind on that. I still might make mermaids, although probably not. I'm in the process of making Fire Kings and stuff, so whatever.
Yeah, I like Fire King.
But at the moment, I'm still using Prophecy because what you call it? Spellbook Magician of Prophecy is still at 3. Spellbook of Secrets is still at 3. Um, Priestess is still at 3, and that's really all you need. And then World is coming out, and I've got 3 like on their way to my house in the mail right now. And what you call it? Temperance. I've got a couple of them right here. I got them for cheap, and they're good. Like, Temperance is really good. Because you can just go World, go like +2, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're good.
Yep.
So what you call it? I'm still kind of surprised that Draco Sack didn't get hit. That's another thing. Like, I can see not banning him because he's kind of new and stuff, but not hitting him at all is kind of ridiculous. Same thing is for Big Eye. Like, they should be somewhere on this list, in my opinion. Draco Sack,
Probably.
I think, should go to 2. Big Eye should go to 1. And they're just not.
I mean, I honestly think you could put them both at one. To be honest.
Here's the thing, like, Draco Sack should have been what you call it, Mecha Phantom Beast exclusive, and he wasn't. And that has caused so many problems. Like, it destroyed a format almost single handedly. That and Spellbook of Judgment's introduction. And, like, really, you do that, and it's like, I don't like it. Or, like,
I don't agree.
yeah, they need to be at least semi limited, both of them. And Big Eye should definitely be limited. I can I can kind of see Big Eye being at 1 now that rank 7s are going to be a lot harder to use. Because next format, like, or at some point, I know that, what you call it, the vampire stuff is going to be coming out, and that's going to be like rank 5s all the time. So I think rank 5s are going to make a comeback. I'd kind of like to see rank 6s do that because there are a couple of really good ones. Photon Strike Bouncer and, what'd you call it? Insector Exa Beetle, I believe. Um, they're pretty good, and I'd like to see them be usable. Or like, I'd like to see it so that you can actually, like, if you can drop these things, and it's just like, cool. I'm gonna reliably put those on the field.
Yep.
Anything else you were expecting to see and just didn't?
Um, not really. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, there's nothing that I was like expecting to see here. That's not. I mean, well, there is, but I think we covered it.
I'm kind of sad that
Yeah,
Mirror Force didn't go to 3. I'm just looking
yeah.
at this. It's
I
like,
guess they really just wanted to hit traps for some reason. I don't get it.
me neither. And I know that they're doing their, like, you look at this, they're doing their best to, like, get rid of a lot of the OTK stuff, but it's like, I know you can do that, but you could just, like, leave traps alone, and then it's like, it kind of takes care of itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Um,
All right. Well, this video's kind of gone on for a while, so
uh,
we're pretty much done.
yeah, I think so. So, guys, leave if anybody watches this, cough cough, leave some feedback. Like, what were you expecting to see, and are you happy about it? That's the big one. Are you happy about the ban list? Um, and I guess we'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah. See you guys.